Hi everybody, today we're going to be doing another tip video where I can teach you how to help yourself learn German a little bit easier. Today we're talking about watching German videos and TV and however you want to do this, movies or whatever. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. First of all, if you know anything about learning a language, you know that you need as much exposure as you possibly can to that language. So whether you're watching this video with subtitles or you're watching a video without subtitles, you're watching a video in English with German subtitles, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, but you do need to have exposure to that language. There are better ways of doing it and less better ways of doing it, and so that's what I'm going to run down today. First of all, if you are a very, very beginner level German speaker, in other words, you maybe have like 3 weeks worth of German in you, then you need to start out at the basic level. The easiest way to do this is watch a German film with English subtitles. That works out really well if you can find that kind of thing. There are a few places that you can go for this kind of thing. For instance, on YouTube there are several videos that you can find from Lernen, das Brot, which is one of my personal favorites, and they have English subtitle. I left a link down in the description where you can find a guy on YouTube who does nothing but English subtitles for Lernen, das Brot. There's an entire playlist full of them on his channel, and you can check those things out. If you want to find other things with English subtitles on there, you can either buy the German DVD, which sometimes has English subtitles, but then you're going to have a Region 2 DVD player, or you can go and find it via a Google search, but be wary about that kind of thing because several problems. First of all, it may not actually have subtitles. Second of all, it's probably illegal depending on where you're going. And third of all, even if it is legal and it still works out that it's okay for you to do this, you still may have some problems with kind of a spammy type site where you have a lot of advertising and you might end up with a virus or something. So kind of be careful with that kind of thing, but you can do this as well. Now I did check out Netflix. I tried out my 1-month trial that I have and check out what kind of stuff they have on there. A couple of things that caught my eye. First of all, you can go in there and you can find German language videos with English subtitles. That works out relatively well, but the movies that are on there are not very recent, they're not very good quality videos, and they're just kind of meh. So I wouldn't really suggest Netflix, even if it is, you know, only $8 a month, or you can try a free trial for, you know, every email account you ever have. But if you're using Netflix, I did look into a couple of different things. And first of all, I watched a little bit of a movie in German with English subtitles. Those are usually pretty good. I mean, they've got German speakers, it's a German film, you're watching it with English subtitles. The problem is that it's a little bit more difficult to come by because a lot of the films are either, you know, from Germany and they happen to have English speaking instead of speaking in German, or they'll have just kind of bad quality, or they're old, or they're like some of the videos are from the 20s and so there isn't any language in it to begin with, which isn't going to help you out. So anyway, there's several problems there. But the other thing is that you can actually watch several videos in German that are originally from the United States. So for instance, Daredevil is actually on Netflix, and you can watch this in German with either English subtitles or German subtitles. Now I have a different problem, and that is that if you're watching it with the German language and English subtitles, no real problem there. You can watch the video and you can hear the German and see the English and check to see if you're understanding it properly and that kind of thing. And besides that, it's one of the more acclaimed videos that they have on Netflix right now. Now, that being said, I did check out something else, and that is that if you watch it in German with German subtitles, the subtitles and what they're saying don't match. I don't know why this is. I think that it would have made more sense if they just uploaded the script, and so now that you have, like, here's the subtitles in both languages, or in German and in German subtitles would be the same thing that they're actually saying, but for some reason it doesn't work that way. And so if you're using Netflix, keep in mind that you can't really just follow along, which is the point in having German subtitles to begin with. Anyway, it's a little bit confusing on that. That brings me to my other thing. If you're watching a video and you are in what I would call the intermediate level, so you've had maybe a year or two of German, something like that, and you're watching videos, my suggestion would actually not to be to use English subtitles, but rather to use the German subtitles. So if you can find a video out there which has German subtitles, something like Wissen macht A, there's actually a link in the description for that where you can find it with German subtitles. There's only 4 videos in that particular playlist, but hopefully that person will add more to it eventually. But anyway, Wissen macht A is kind of like a nerdy little show where it teaches you random nuggets of information about random topics. And there's 4 of these episodes on there that have German subtitles and they're speaking in German, and that kind of thing would help you whenever you're trying to like really hone in on the details of what they're saying. And so if you're trying to identify, you know, cases and you're trying to see what the gender of a noun is or something like that and kind of analyze what they're saying, you can even pause the video and just kind of read the subtitles and then kind of comprehend a little bit better that way. And the other version is that if you are an advanced level, so you are doing like awesome in German, you can finally get to that point where you can watch a German film without any subtitles whatsoever and just watch and enjoy a video in German, and the entire thing, no subtitles, and just let your mind process it in German. It allows you to just think in German without actually thinking about, you know, how to translate it from your language to their language and back and forth and going all over the place. It's just German, and your brain thinks in German, and that's one of the things I'll talk about in a different video, is getting your brain to think in German so that you're not translating from one language to the other all the time, but you're just doing German. But that's a different video. So anyway, 3 levels of doing videos in German. So you can watch them in German with English subtitles, you can watch them in German with German subtitles, and you can watch them in German without any subtitles whatsoever. Now, there are a couple of suggestions on places that I would suggest that you go for this. The main one is actually YouTube. YouTube actually has a pretty good library of videos that you can watch. This includes anywhere from like the entire Lion King film, for instance, is on YouTube, link in the description, and it's in German. And you can watch the whole thing from beginning to end in German. Sorry, there's no subtitles on that particular one, but again, you can find some of these that way with various subtitles. Now, if you're looking for a particular film, first of all, Google the German version of that film's title. So if you go to Wikipedia, you type in a title of a film, and then on the left-hand side, you'll see that you'll have like, you know, different languages. And if you just pick the Deutsch one on there, it'll come up and give you the German title for that particular film. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's not. So that's something to keep in mind while you're searching for these videos on YouTube. But once you find the German title of that particular film, then you can just type that into the search box in the German YouTube and just type in, you know, title of the film and then ganzer Film, which again I'll put down in the description so that you can actually spell that out properly. But just put in, like, for instance, Der König der Löwen, which is the Lion King in German, and if you do that and then just put ganzer Film after that, it comes up with, you know, the Lion King, the entire film in German. If you go a little bit further and then say Englisch Untertitel or Deutsch Untertitel, if you add that to the end of it, then you'll have a video that might actually have some subtitles. I also suggest that whenever you're searching for this kind of thing, if you're looking for a movie, obviously it's going to be a longer video, and there's a search option on there on the YouTube search so that you can search for longer videos rather than just searching for a particular, like, you know, you get a three minute clip or whatever, or you'll see like a trailer or something like that. But if you want to watch the actual entire film, you can just search for ganzer Film and then just sort it by length, and so you know that it's a longer film, so that you know it's the whole thing instead of just part of it. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. There is a link in the description where you can find a YouTube channel that does nothing but videos with German subtitles. You can find that, and you can also find some popular German television shows that I've linked down in the description. If you got any suggestions on what people should watch, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below, and you guys can kind of discuss it down there. What kind of videos are you watching in German? What is it that you use that can help you learn your language? And that's what I'm kind of looking for, is just to help each other out in the comments down below and give each other some tips. I would also suggest going out and looking at some German YouTubers, but I won't make any endorsements on that particular realm. You guys can kind of just write your comments down below of what YouTubers you're watching in German, and then kind of fight it out in the comments to find out which one of them is the best. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Tschüss.